Hello guys, this is Pap from Pap back at it again, and today we are back with some heroes. I actually noticed that I didn't try the new expendable day just with the normal heroes, and also I took the chance to actually try the emergency call skill that has been improved. I forgot about it because we usually got those announcements a lot earlier than the changes actually applied, so I forgot about it. And here I am testing the emergency call that actually it is better than I expected, because apparently I misread the description of the skill. But before jumping right to it, guys, just a quick reminder: if you enjoy the content, please do like and subscribe. I really appreciate it and really helps me a lot. Also, another announcement: there is in the community section the post about the next time I'm gonna be live streaming. Of course, if you haven't voted yet, just go and do it and select your preference, of course, and we can jump right into the decklist. So I'm here with Jaden new belt, and the skill, of course, is emergency call, as I was saying. So another thing before starting, a lot of you guys, I think at least a couple of three of you just asked for a wounded hero deck, but actually I'm not gonna do it. I mean, I'm not gonna post a video about it, as the only thing that makes that deck really worth revisiting is the giant hand that I do not have, unfortunately. So as you can see right there, missing the no, it's not this strong arm, giant hand. Apparently, actually, guys, missing these, that is the only reason that we actually to play again the Wounded Hero version. I mean the one with Batting Box Reveal and an Xyz engine in it, you know, thanks to Solid Soldier, of course, that special summon another hero from your hand. So because I do not have this, I'm not gonna post a video because the deck otherwise look exactly the same. So that's why I'm here just with this, with another version. But as soon as I get this, I might try something, I promise. So guys, returning back to this, so why I misread this, because this was really cool. So it can be used on turn 5 and onward, or if your life points are at 2000 or below. The skill is pretty cool because it says reveal one elemental hero monster in your hand and add one elemental hero monster with a different name from your deck. So that's pretty cool because you can basically search your Liquid Soldier, your Pot of Greed. But what I misread, it's this ore. So I was 100% sure that it was written turn 5 and onward, and if your life points are 2000 below. So I said we have to wait 5 turns, I mean actually 3 of our turn, and then we also need to have 2000 life points or below in order to activate the skill. And I said, you know what, forget this craziness. But now that I read it, I said, wait, what? It's ore. So apparently, if on the second turn your opponent just leaves you with 2000 or below, on the third turn you're ready to activate the skill, and that's pretty cool. So that's why I went for it. And with this deck, guys, I just rank it up from legend rank 1 to 5, and then I dropped to 4. If I kept playing this day, I would probably eat COG with without that much of a trouble, but I decided to stop because I wanted to try something different to COG. But this is really consistent. It may break sometimes because of the fact that we have these 5 traps that alone can't do nothing. You need at least a warrior monster, so we only have 3, 6, 9 and 10 monsters, thanks to Rhoda, of course, to get advantage of this. And then once you get to activate this, you draw an extra card, so you're good to go. But these may break sometimes, that's why it was not just a full run straight to COG. That's the only reason. Of course, we have the Spice with a Necrofusion. 21 card, guys, just because I wanted to have the one Silent Soldier. The reason is because I can search for it, and its second effect is pretty cool for Expendable Day, because it provides an extra material for the Expendable Day tribute. Of course, triple Stratos, double Liquid Soldier unfortunately, triple Blazeman, only one Solid Soldier. The Rhoda, of course, double Mythical Fusion is enough, double Poly is enough because we play a couple of Necrofusion, the new Jolly, and of course the Spice with just a couple King of the Swamp. Of course, you can use any substitute material, but the King of the Swamp, of course, you have that chance to discard it and send it to the graveyard to grab a Poly that can be useful sometimes when they stop the effect of Blazeman to look for it, but also because this is a direct access to the graveyard in case you already have Necrofusion in your hand. For the extra deck, of course, we have the classic double Sunrise, the classic double Tornado, one Gaia because we have the Solid Soldier, one The Shining because Sunrise is light, and the Spice, of course, brought for you by King of the Swamp, is of course both the Cavalry and Millenniumizer Restrict, that, keep in mind, can be summoned only if you have this guy in your graveyard with Necrofusion, on your hand with Polymerization. While Millenniumizer Restrict can be summoned even with 2 King of the Swamp, keep in mind that Cavalry needs 1 Warrior Monster, but that's obvious. And guys, that is all for the explanation. The deck is pretty easy to use. You definitely need to be a little bit aware of what your opponent is playing and what the deck really struggles on. I mean, what your opponent's deck struggles on. Like, if you play against Infernoid, you should know when to summon your Millenniumizer Restrict. If you play against, I don't know, Galaxy Eyes, you should know when to summon this or the Dark Cavalry to face the multiple destruction. Of course, it's up to you, but if you check, of course, if you see the replays, you're gonna see some cool duels. Of course, I faced everyone, Mech Knights, Galaxy Eyes, I don't know, what else we have in the meta right now. I can't think about anything right now, but you're gonna see in the replays. So, guys, that was all for the explanation, and we can jump right into the replays. Here we go, my boys. First replay against Playmaker and I. This is the 3rd win in a row, and it's us to go first. So here we have Stratos to begin with the Poly already in our hands, so we're chilling. I just went for the nice, of course. You're gonna see this combo so much, of course. Sunrise adding Mythical Fusion without using the effect of Liquid Soldier, of course, because we do not wanna avoid the risk of getting the Mythical Fusion in our hand with the draw of Liquid Soldier. So that's why with the first Poly you usually do not activate the effect of Liquid Soldier, but keep in mind that this could be a bad thing in case your opponent has DD Crow, because if you do not activate the effect of Liquid Soldier on the Poly, what happens is that if your opponent just uses DD Crow, you lose your double draw. So of course it depends on the case. If you felt delay on your opponent having nothing on the field, just use the effect of Liquid Soldier on the Poly. So we have the Mythical Fusion play, of course, to another Sunrise and double draw, discarding the King of the Swamp and keeping the Stratos to have an extra draw, an extra search next turn. He began with Gouki Suprex. Of course, Goukis were the other deck that I faced a lot. He's got the usual combo with Suprex and the reinforcement of the army, then Gouki Headbutt, and triple Link Summon, actually Link Tree with Gouki Thunder Ogre, and he's got, of course, the triple search. That is just, I mean, insane, honestly. It definitely is too much. They really actually, it's like they missed something, but I don't know if it's like they maybe need a little bit of experience of Big Brain to be played, or I don't know what else, because I do not have it. So he just went the way that the Gouki Master Ogre, and this was actually, I could have stopped that, but I was planning, because I was chilling, because we have both the Sunrise boosted themselves each other with higher attack than him. So when he attacks, he needs to activate this effect first to negate the effect. and then I can chain my stuff. So once he decided to negate something, I can chain my expendable day, and we're good to go. So that was the plan. Having higher attack, actually, it's a good thing right now. So he went with Gouki rematch, as you can see right there, summoning another bunch of guys. Goku finishing move, true effect to boost his life points. Look at that, and then he went for the battle. At this point, I decided to. He boosted himself up. I decided to use the effect, even though it was not needed. Like, this is not lethal. So this is 3900. So we could actually be good to go, and this would have triggered the skill in order to draw, to add the liquid soldier to our hand, the second one, keep in mind that. But I decided to activate the effect. Thus, of course, making him fall into the trap using the Master Ruger to negate the effect of my Sunrise, actually the one that activated its effect, but I can change my expendable day, popping the back row, because I tribute my expendable day, the negation does not apply. So I get to pop the back row, pop him, and I'm really good to go. Look at that. That was an insane play. So that's why I explained to you guys, you need to know what to do and when to do it, depending on what your opponent is playing. You need to know how to play against Gouki. I actually just learned on the way, because as you saw in the streaming, in last streaming, I completely didn't know how to play against Gouki, but you need to know in order to reach COG with whatever deck you like. So at this point, add one hero deck to your hand, then I could actually use the skill, and I couldn't use the skill, sorry, because I didn't lost life points, and I just attacked at this point. I was chilling because I have, again, 2 expendable day, so I was just attacking. There was no way for me to have lethal, because he has a 10k life points. Look at that, it's definitely too much. So I was just chilling at this point. He's got his full combo again, Mystical Space Typhoon, I don't care about that. So at this point, guys, there is no clue. I mean, if he was the only expendable day, we could think about popping the Typhoon to get the draw, but in this case we're pretty set up for the next turn, so there was no point in that. And also we have another expendable day, and we need the tribute, you know. So we have the Gouki again, a Nightmare Phoenix to pop the back row, as you can see right there, and at this point I am forced to use it to pop the Nightmare Phoenix. Otherwise he could use this to go into maybe, what's the name of the War Chalice guy, Link 4, that can be summoned with 2 links. That's why I had to. Also I get a nice draw, as you can see, and now he has a couple of stuff, but he can't do nothing, and he is sitting on his 79 life points, but those won't be enough, because look at this skill, because we have on turn 5 we have plenty of on monsters. Just grabbing the second poly from my deck, and he just cooked, because he knows that I'm gonna go with another poly, another Mythical Fusion, and I'm gonna deal more than 10k this turn. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. This, guys, was my rank up, one of my rank up. I don't know if it's the first one to Legend Rank 2 or to Legend Rank 3, but we have Kai Tenjo to face. So first turn, Blazeman, grabbing the poly. We have access here to our boy Millennium Ice Restrict. I didn't go into the Dark Cavalry. That can have a nice play right here, because if we had Dark Cavalry and we set the Expendable Day, we still have 2 negation. I mean, we have the interruption with Expendable Day, and then with the card that we draw, we have something to negate with Dark Cavalry. Keep in mind that. But of course we know that Galaxy Eyes can go into the big boy that negates all the cards on the field, and we want to stop that, because that effect is mandatory. He cannot choose not to activate it, so he has to, and we can suck up the Millennium Ice Restrict. So then we have the interruption with Expendable Day, so we are really chilling. He went with actually Galaxy Photon, so I was completely put in trouble, because I thought it was the classic, but it's not the classic Galaxy Eye, so he went with Galaxy Cyclone. At this point, there is no point in having the Blazeman in attack position, so I just decided to tribute to pop the Galaxy Cyclone to get my extra draw, so that was the purpose. Then he went with Double Summon, Vanisher, and Treasure. I didn't see this stuff in so much. It's such a long ago I saw this thing the last time. So we have the he went directly with the tribute for the Galaxy-Eyes Photon Dragon. That was a surprise. Then he attacked with that. He just attacked, no effect, of course. He was careful about that because he didn't want to trigger the Millennium Eyes Restrict, so he played very well at this point. I grabbed the Miracle Fusion. That is not a good thing, guys, because we only have 2 Blazemen, and there's nothing to summon with the Blazemen, unfortunately. We can just set our Necrofusion. Then he went with Costellar Omega. Actually, pretty weird choice. He can be unaffected just in case I have a Mirror Force or maybe a Drowning. Maybe was caring about that. But at this point, Necrofusion into Duck Cavalry during his turn. So that's how you do it. And now we can just attack. Because if he activates the effect, I'm gonna negate that. And he went for Eternal Galaxy to rank up this guy and summon actually the Neo Galaxy Photon Dragon and negates all the cards on the field. That was a nice play, but unfortunately for him, Eternal Galaxy targets, so I can just negate that. Then he activates the effect of Galaxy Photon, negate that as well, so double negation. I can just pop the Costellar Omega. There is nothing he could do at this point. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Here we go, my boys. This is the third duel again. Jaden against Jaden. Let's see who the real one is. He's got Swap Cleric. Of course, I'm the real one as he's playing what? Mech Knight, I guess. So there you go. He's got the first one with the Purple Nightfall and then the Morning Star to grab his annoying trap. So we know that is World Legacy secret, but we have a pretty nice hand to begin with. I just started with Blazeman, grabbing the Poly, and he decided not to negate that. Interesting choice. Then I went with Reinforcement of the Army to grab my Solid Soldier. I know that in this case I could go with a Millennium Eyes Restrict or Cavalry, but I was actually unsure because I wanted to draw more cards right there. So I just went with the classic Sunrise to grab the Miracle Fusion, and I knew he was about to do that. He wanted to negate the Miracle Fusion. As soon as he saw that I didn't activate the effect of Liquid Soldier, so he thought if I negate this, he gets no Miracle Fusion and no double draw. So of course he fell for it and he went with the Purple Nightfall, but I already have my Miracle Fusion, so I'm chilling. Second Sunrise right here just to be able to pop the boy just in case something bad happens. Double draw, discarding, you know what, I discarded the Miracle Fusion because I was able, as you can see right there, to go with Dark Cavalry. I took the chance, so just in case this guy decides to tag out, I can negate and pop it. But then I made the mistakes. I made this mistake because, actually not a mistake. I said it because I thought if he tags out, he's dead. I mean, he has not enough life points. So that's why I went for that. I popped the Morning Star, then I attacked. He used the effect of Nightfall though, because he had the World Legacy's memory. So he could do it, but anyway, he grabs the Mech Knight's Blue Sky, and I can still pop that, inflict some serious damage, and then Expendable Day, actually giving up my Sunrise. Maybe this was a little bit too early, but I wanted to be able to negate something with Dark Cavalry, and I can now thanks to the draw of Expendable Day. And then he could do nothing. As you can see, that was the correct play. This has no effect negated. He has a set card that we don't know what that is. The Purple Nightfall comes back in attack position, I think, but I don't know why. I think maybe he has something. We're gonna see. I just decided to attack. He's got the Book of Moon, but I can simply negate that. I don't know what he was thinking about. And so, in attack position, he took less damage, but he still was lethal, unfortunately. So that's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Fourth duel, another 3-win streak, actually. And it's him to go first. He has Witched Kid. So this is not Gouki, luckily for us, but is Decode Talker. So we have Code Talker with all the stuff, of course. It's gonna play, of course, Code Talker live. So Decode Talker to begin with, and then the effect of Elf Face to have a monster he points to in order to negate something, and then of course Code Talker alive to grab Decoding alive, Recoded alive. So we begin with Blazeman to grab the Poly. We have no Liquid Soldiers, so no double draw, but we can just go into Sunrise. We need to be careful right here, remembering two things, that He can negate targeting effects if he points to a monster, and that he can just tag out. We have to remember that. So at this point, I just grabbed my second mythical fusion. There you go. Another sunrise is coming. Of course, not summoning here because we do not want him to be boosted up. Expendable Day to be chilling. Attack, no effect as you can see right there because I didn't want to trigger its effect. Then I attacked, and at this point I attacked again. Use Recorded Alive to summon another boy. I attacked. Unfortunately, I forgot that if I attack with this after I already declared the first attack, the effect of Sunrise does not apply. So I do not have lethal, but I'm definitely chilling. He started with Recorded Alive to grab his Deco Talker, and this was such a cool play to see, guys. So really compliments to my opponent. Backup Operator says you can target and face a monster that link monster points to. It does not specify it has to be your monster. So because the CAVALRY points to my Sunrise, it could use the effect of Backup Operator bouncing my Sunrise to summon the Backup Operator. Such a nice play, but unluckily for him, I've got my Expendable Day Tribute and pop the Decal Talker, getting a nice draw. And at this point there's nothing you could do, but what a nice play that was. That was all for this duel. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Last but not least, my boys, I did not include all the rank up duels, my boys. Just, you can trust me, I mean, otherwise I've always shown everything. I just didn't because there were so bad replays, like I faced the Blue Eyes that just bricked and did nothing, and another one I think I can show you, maybe I can show you the next replay, was nothing special. All the rank up I was lucky right here. I just grabbed, just faced guys that were not playing meta decks and that actually bricked. So after this I'm gonna show you another one, to show you another rank up, of course. So it went, this is the classic Galaxy Eyes, as you can see right there, Galaxy Knight. So yes, the full combo. You can go with the Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord in the set card. Let's see what we have. Nothing special, unfortunately. He went with the Typhoon. That's why I set the Poly. So actually the Mythical Fusion, I had two, and I could afford losing one, but he actually picked the Necro Fusion. I'm chilling right now still. So he went away to the Galaxy Eyes Cypher Blade Dragon. At this point I could afford him taking the chance, because if he targets the monster I'm gonna chain this. If he targets this I'm gonna still chain this, but if he targets this I could still wait. So he popped that, that's fine. Then Galaxy Zero again, and it's now that you use Expendable Day on that, because with this 3200 I do not have issue. So he went with the Galaxy Wizard, but he can't do nothing, unfortunately. He can just grab a Galaxy Zero, but he already used one, so he can't do nothing. He said it, there was no point. He just attacked and triggered my emergency call. There you go. We can just use emergency call, grabbing the Blazeman, because we can add the Liquid Soldier also with the effects of Stratus, but actually we have the Liquid Soldier in the graveyard, so we do not need that. There you go. Polymerization to begin with. Summoning Sunrise, that I actually cannot add Mythical Fusion because the two Mythical Fusion are already here. Mythical Fusion into Great Tornado to cutting off the attack. Was not needed, of course, I mean, because we can just pop it with the effect of Sunrise. At this point I'm just chilling and just attack, pop it, and I still have lethal popping the back row that we know what that was. So that's how you do it, my boys. There you go. These guys was the rank up 2 of 5, even if we do not have the win streak, because last duel before this I had the disconnection when both of you do not get the loss, neither the win. It's the disconnection before the duel starts. That's why you see no rank, no win streak. So it's us to go first, as you can see right there. So I can just go with Stratus, grabbing Liquid Soldier, and then Polymerization, of course, usual stuff. We can speed this thing up. It's always the same, of course, nothing special. Of course, we want to keep the Stratus on the field because we want to have something to tribute with Expendable Day. Double draw of Liquid Soldier, drawing the King of the Swamp, discarded to the graveyard. We are definitely chilling. He's got Typhoon to begin with. That's fine for us. Then double set Expendable Day into Rainbow Life. Wait, what? But that was it. So at this point I just attacked, popping that. He's got another rainbow life. I don't know what this guy was playing. Cosmo actually, seeing from this card, Cosmojo. So end phase, he did nothing. End phase into Dark Cavalry just to make things even spicier, because he was sure I couldn't afford the 7,900 life points, but with Dark Cavalry that has more than 4k, I sure can. So guys, that was all. This is the replays, I think, for Legend Rank 4 to 5 or 3 to 4. I can't remember it. So it was just bad duels like this one. That's why I didn't show you the other two rank up. Guys, that was all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm gonna try something different for to reach King of Games. I don't know. I may end up playing another version, maybe the Hero Alliance, just because now that I've seen all these replays back again, I just feel so good when playing heroes. I might come back to them again. So guys, that was all for today's videos. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.